We're going to start with vocabulary, but before I would like to share with you 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. So, I would like, we have this brain teaser. A man pushes his car to a hotel and tells the owner he's bankrupt. Why? I would like that you analyze this brain teaser. This person was playing Monopolies. Okay, if you can go to page 334, focus on vocabulary. That is this is going to be our main topic today. And practically in this part, we're going to go beyond the literal meaning. So what does it mean? Practically, this is related with words and phrases that actually have meanings that are beyond the literal definition. Some of these ones are called figurative language. So in this situation, it's not like if you say play and the definition is going to be like someone is having fun. In practically here is go beyond the literal meaning. That is going to be our topic today, and this is based on focus and vocabulary. Practically is related with the vocabulary. So we have figurative language. And what is figurative language? We have 4 definitions in there. Practically, if you see in your book, we have simile, metaphor, personification, and idiom.
Okay, it says a simile or simile?
Simile.
Okay, a simile is a type of figurative language which is used to compare one thing against another. Similes compare the likeness of two things and often feature the words like or as strong as ox, as brave as as strong as an ox, as brave as a lion.
Yeah, thank you very much. So practically, whenever you are comparing 2 words, or practically here a word, you're going to use like, as, or than. Practically, if you see in your book, you have these 3 feature words that are going to help you to make the comparisons. And the example that we have in the book is she's lovely as a summer day. The other example that we have is her eyes are like diamonds. Someone has any other example that would like to share? As beautiful as the nature. As tasty as a good piece of pizza. Okay, those are the ones that you are going to use in simile, okay, because you are practically in this one you are comparing. Metaphor.
A metaphor is a phrase describing something as something it is not in reality. It is used to compare two things symbolically. A metaphor literally describes something as something it is not. Love is a battlefield.
Thank you very much. And okay, so in this one, if you see if you see the definition, the definition in these sentences, practically is like something that is describing something that is not, right? So you're not gonna be all the time like love is a battlefield. But however, you think that it might be something like this. Okay, if I think about it, yeah, maybe love is like this. The other example that we have is his face was a wall of stone. Okay, so in this one, we're not given an exactly meaning for this, but we're trying to say it in another way, okay? Idiom, I'm sorry, personification is the following in the.
Personification is a type of figurative language. It is used to give an animate object or item a sense of being alive. The speaker would talk to the object as if it could understand and was intelligent. For example, why are you so heavy? Suitcase.
Yeah, thank you. So, suitcase. In this one is like if you're talking to the things that are not living. So in this one is like whenever you're using your phone, why are you so slippery? Or the other example that we have, the wine whispered through the trees. So, though the wine really whisper, no, but actually we get that sensation whenever we have uh, heard the wine, if by another way to say it, right? Idioms.
An idiom is a phrase which bears no literal meaning to the situation it is describing, but it implies the facts or story behind it. There is a silver lining in every cloud.
Thank you very much. So in this one, the idiom is something that you are trying to express, but you are not using the right like the right meaning of the words or the right phrases because you're trying to say something um, in a figure way, right? The other example that we have is I was bouncing a ball inside and mom asked me to cut it out. So instead of say my mom said stop it, so he says my mom says to cut it out. So how it works, if you see in the same page 334, we have the strategy just in order to put in practice. So it says that whenever you come across figurative language, you have to follow these type of steps. The first one, for metaphors and similes, ask yourself, what two things are being compared? How are they alike? So practically in this one, you see that you are comparing metaphors and similes. Remember that whenever you're using similes, you use like, as, or then. And for metaphors, you just are trying comparing the two different type of things. When a writer uses personification, picture what the writer is saying. So remember that this goes to your imagination and you're trying to understand what they're trying to say through the text. So how can wine sound like it whispering? Like I was saying, the wine doesn't whisper, but however, in my imagination, I will try to figure it out. How does it do? Or whenever you are watching Disney movie, you will see that there, even though the animals sing, talk, or move, or relate with people in different ways, right? Number three, you can often guess what an idiom means by looking at the other words around it. If you can't figure it out, ask someone or check the dictionary. Remember, for idioms is a little bit not complicated, but actually we need to learn deeper this topic, and we are going to work about it during the week. Okay, so let's try to use this in here. The Caribbean is made up of a mix of cultures. These islands are as colorful as a quilt. People from many places settle there. Let the lazy breezes invite you to just kick back and relax. The islands are hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. So, in this one, we have to try to interpret this information. So, as colorful as a quilt. What do you think is the strategy they are using in there?
A simile,
Simile. Why do you think is that?
because it's using us.
Okay, very good. And then the other part we have is let the lazy breezes invite you. What is the strategy they are using in there?
Personification,
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
because it tells that the breeze invite you.
Yeah, very good. So practically in these, they are they're using different qualities just in order to understand this side. And the last one goes to the island are a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Let's try to do the first two, guys. In this one, we have this story and we have to identify the ones that are highlighted. So we have the Caribbean Dreams, that is the topic, and also you can see it on your page 335. And Sarah lay wrapped in a towel under her beach umbrella, looking as peaceful as a sleeping baby. Who can identify the first one?
Simile.
Simile. Thank you. She was whipped out.
That's an idiom.
Idiom. Thank you. Her mother suggested she take a nap before she came down with something.
Metaphor, tal vez. Maybe.
Yeah, it can go as a metaphor.
Or as an idiom también.
Yeah,
It can
that's
be
true.
idiom, right?
It's an idiom because she might come down with something. So instead of saying she's gonna say something different or she's gonna invent something, she's saying came down with something. Okay, you guys, and we are going to work on this. This is our vocabulary. Custom, desire, dream, encounter, shore, stranger, warming, welcome, analyze, image, and response. This is the vocabulary we're going to be working. I know that we need first, before we get deeper into the topic that we were seeing, I need you to work first with this vocabulary, okay? So we're going to work with a spin vocabulary, and I need you to write the definitions. And if you can use an example instead of using like a normal sentence, try to use it as a metaphor, a personification, simile, or an idiom, okay?